Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell. Stay alert when we release our new videos. Alright guys, I'm going to try something a little bit different today. I have a product that was sent over by Ferko. It's a grease gun coupler lock. And these locks here are supposed to be compatible on all grease guns. Doesn't matter the brand or style. They sent this over to let me review it and take a look at it. So we're going to go out and get the grease gun. We're going to try to get the grease gun tip off and put this coupler on, but before I do that, I want to do a comparison. So I'm going to take the original grease gun that we have now. We're going to grease a few fittings on the tractor, which is due to be greased. Then we're going to try to put on this coupler lock on the end of it and see if it makes it any better. It's supposed to be, you know, a leak-proof design. It's got, it's able to handle high-pressure applications, and it's supposed to be easy to get on and off the fittings without it getting stuck. So we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna open this up here and take a look at, you know, see what we're working with. There we go. There we go. All right, so this was just sent to me. Got it here, and yeah, I want to just take a look at what the product looks like here. So there we go. So this product must have been, looks like a bit of moisture or something in there. Just got a little bit of, almost looks like rust buildup on there. It's not good. But this is, again, this is supposed to fit most grease guns, or all grease guns actually, and there's threads here on the end where you would screw it on to the end of the existing grease gun. You would take the coupler off the end of the grease gun and then screw this on, and this gives you this valve here, right? And then what this does is it kind of looks like it pushes the front out, which opens up the end here. And what that does is this will, as you have the grease nippler or grease nipple that you go down, you push this and it should go right on, let go, and it'll clamp it nice and tight where there is no leaks. It's not supposed to leak around the end of this, and then hold nice and tight, and then when you want to release, you push the lever down again and it should come right off without any issues. Sometimes you have to pull harder on the grease fittings to get them off, but we'll go ahead and give it a try. Again, I want to test this on the grease gun, and then we'll go ahead and compare the two and see which one's better. All right, let's grab this grease gun. Good thing I brought some rags with me here. I'm gonna grab one. And grab one so I just get this grease off. I hold this right without it being so greasy. So I just have a fairly cheap, I don't know the exact model or really the brand of this. I bought it at Tractor Supply a couple years ago, and I bought it when I bought the tractor to keep up with all the grease fittings, as you want to grease the fittings on the tractor about every 10 hours of use. So that's what I've been doing, and I'll continue to do that. And you'll see this grease fitting here, the existing fitting. All it is just screwed onto the tip, and it's just a normal grease gun fitting at the end. But I guess, you know, when you push in here, it's supposed to clip on, you grease, and it's, these ones here are known to leak around the seals, both up here if you don't have it tight enough, and down at the bottom. That's the whole point of the new coupler that we got. We're gonna try out. So first thing I wanna do though, is there's a few fittings we're gonna go with this grease gun. We're gonna go test this out, see how it works, both when you put it on and take it off, and if it leaks at all. And then we'll put the other tip on, the new tip we have from Ferko, and test that out and see how that works. All right, let's get this light turned off here. Now it's raining today. It's not the best of days to be doing this, but I figured it would be an okay time to get out and test this product. So let's get these grease fittings going. Before we can get the grease gun on here, I'm just gonna clean the fittings with a rag real quick. There's a couple of them that I wanna test on each side here for the hydraulics on the front end. One there, one there. We do have one down here at the pivot arm where you hold the attachments on. It's down there a little ways. And then we're gonna go up here to the top part, and we do have another grease point up here at the head. So we've got 4 on each side on the front end, just in this area. There are some additional down that we'll get to, but just for the sake of this video and to test out the tips, I'm just gonna do 4 fittings for each one. So first of all, now that I got them cleaned out, I'm just gonna take the original, this normal tip, the stock, I should say, the stock tip on here, and we'll try. And this is what you wanna see. You wanna see the tip line up right in the middle. This is a little metal grease fitting tip. And again, the end of it has the opening, and these little teeth that are in here, or the little fingers, are going to open up around the fitting and then close back. They're supposed to close back around it. So you wanna line it up and just push down until it clicks, just a slight click. And then you just squeeze the grease gun a few times. Give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you can watch at the grease point when the grease starts pushing out the old stuff, then you know that fitting's pretty good. And all you gotta do to take this off now, usually sometimes they're hard to pull off. I usually just tilt back a little bit and give it a little bit of a pull, and it'll come off. But it's a little bit of a pressure to get off there. I will say that they've always been a little bit of a pain. That's why I'm interested to try this new tip to see if it works. All right, so the next fitting we're gonna do is at the top of the forks here, or the top of the arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull up snugly. There we go. Again, just a slight angle. And when you pull straight up, it seems to hold pretty tight. Go on, snap it down. 1, 2, 3. Well, that one didn't click. I guess it's not going. There we go. 4, 5. Pull it off. And let me get this last one down here. Whew. That one's a little tough because I get in the angle you need to pull this off. All right. Now, I want to go ahead and take this tip off, and let's put on a new Saker tip and see how that works, and test it compared to the stock tip. All right. We gotta get this tip off of here. So usually you just break it loose with a wrench or some pliers. Now, if you go to spin this and the whole bar, in my case, I have a lot of times these are flexible tubes. I've got the hard metal tube here, so I just got to hold that tight to loosen this tip. And just like that, we can pull this tip off, and there's the old tip, right? Just set that aside. Let me make sure this is nice and snug. Okay, now we're going to take this Saker grease gun coupler lock. All right. Again, quite different compared to the existing one. This one's way smaller, the stock one that is, and this one, of course, is much larger with a whole release valve system. But they're both grooved the same. They're supposed to fit on the same coupler or same end. And we're gonna just slowly spin this on and see if and test this out. It seems to be screwing in pretty good, which is a good sign. I just don't know. I guess it's kind of flat on each side that you can put a wrench or something around to tighten it tighter if you need, but I think by hand will work. So I think now the way this will work, instead of just putting the tip right on the nipple and squeezing this handle to fill it, we'll have to not only squeeze this handle to put the pressure in the grease to come out, but then we're going to have to make sure that this is clicked all the way down so that this valve is closed, because if not, it will leak out of here. So this right here is not to squeeze the grease in, it's just to open the end to clamp onto that nipple to assure that it doesn't leak. So let's see if that works or not. That'll be interesting. All right, let's get this cleaned up real quick. All right, now we want to just try this out for the first time and see how this fits on here. Again, the other one you just push pressure. This one here, we just want to squeeze at the end, set it on. Ooh, I guess is it clamping down? There it goes. I guess you got to make sure it's down secure when, and this is latched all the way. So it seems latched. Now what we want to do, now that we got this clamped on here and it's latched, seems to be latched good, just going to squeeze some grease. I'm going to do 5 squeezes, same as we did on the other side with the stock tip. And we want to watch and see if it starts leaking out the end here or up here in the fitting. That'll be interesting to see. Let me get the grease going. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was 6 in there. I don't see any leaking. Now we should be able to push this in and it pulls. Look at that. That tip is so clean. There's no grease coming out of here when it pulled out, and the fitting itself is really clean. Barely any grease came off. I'm impressed so far. Let me try the next one, see if it works. All right, let's try the second one up here. Push this down. Seems latched. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No way. That's incredible. That's crazy. There's like no mess at all on the grease, rather the grease gun end or the coupler or the fitting. It's super clean. That is really cool. Push it down all the way. I let go of this so it latches and it seems to grab it. I guess the key was to make sure it's pushed all the way down flat. And when you release this valve to grab it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See the old grease getting pushed out, release, nothing. That's so cool. Put it down here. This is the one I had problem with the old one, so let me see. It grabbed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. That was really simple. Man, I'll say this is probably worth it here. This coupler, this quick release coupler, it grabs on real tight. There's no grease spewing out the side, you know, gooping out, even at the seal at the top, as long as that's screwed on nice and tight. And more importantly, when you pull it away from the nipple, you don't have that line of grease that usually comes out that you got to clean up that's on the tractor. So that's really cool. It's pretty clean, so I'm liking this so far. All right, so my overall, thoughts on this new coupler lock. I like it, I really do, guys. I think it's really cool. Huge shout out to Saker for sending me this. Again, the coupler lock, they have the website as www.smartsaker.com. You can go there and take a look at their products that they have available. I'm pretty impressed with this. I'm not sure what other items they may have that could help us here on the farm, but I really appreciate them sending me this to try out. And again, other than some of the corrosion and stuff that's on the exterior, it's more of the cosmetic issue with it. It's not really the functionality of it. Other than that, I think it worked great, and it's going to make greasing all the fittings here on the tractor way easier, and not only easier but cleaner, right? There's not gonna be a bunch of grease coming out of the end of this, which is really cool. So very, very appreciative of this. This is gonna help me out here with the tractor moving forward. Yeah, so I think I'll give it an A+. Here's the box if anyone's interested. They sent me this. Again, it's a coupler lock. It's supposed to work for all grease guns no matter what model you have. So I'd recommend it. All right, guys, so this coupler is gonna come in quite handy. As you know, I've had to grease these joints here quite a few times already. 2 cinder blocks underneath there, just to kind of hold the frame up so I can lower this down. I lowered the tractor bed down enough to loosen this chain. I appreciate everyone following to the end of today's video. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to us here at Ferko Family Farm. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.